Fale Steele, Coach Steele makes her way over to the first base coach's box. The Sooners are huddled up just outside of their dugout. All turf outfield, dirt infield here at Wilkins Stadium. It looks sharp. Our home plate umpire is Leah Dom. Brian Miller is over at first, and Terry Collins is at third. It's Oklahoma and Wichita State. Hope you guys will enjoy the broadcast tonight as much as we're going to enjoy bringing it to you. And thanks for tuning in to the Sooner Softball pregame show presented by Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality. Jada Coleman in that crimson wood grain look for the Sooners with the cream Oklahoma across their chest and the cream numbers, white piping, black stockings. Here we go. Lauren Howe toes the rubber. The righty stares in. We're ready to go. In at the corners for the Wichita State defense as expected. Here's the first pitch to Jada, and it's low for ball one. We are underway at 6:04 on a Tuesday night in Kansas. Set that Wichita State defense after the 1-0 pitch to Jada Coleman. The righty rocks and fires. Missed low. 2 balls and no strikes. Talent's over at first. That's Caroline Talent. Sammy Hood at second. Sierra Hoekstra is their shortstop with Nelson over at third. That's Kristen Nelson. Here's the 2-0 to Jada, ball 3 low. In the outfield from left to right is Bailey Urban in left field. Addison Barnard in center. And in right field is Taylor Solodchek. 3-0 count here to Jada. You would imagine it's take all the way. It is, and it's strike one. We have quite possibly the greatest broadcast perspective we've had all season long. We are right behind home plate. A little bit up the third baseline. Coleman takes ball 4. Well, that was one area last week that Oklahoma really wasn't able to take advantage of, and it's a credit to the Texas pitchers, to be honest with you. They didn't give away many free passes at all. 3 on Friday, 3 on Sunday, 0 on Saturday. First pitch to Tiare is in for a strike. Jennings gets the tag of our Loves Travel Stops player to watch tonight. Loves Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. Had a hit in every game. In fact, has a nice hitting streak going right now for Jennings. She awaits on the 0-1 pitch and had a good cut, fouled it straight back. 8-game hitting streak that started in that scorcher of a series that Jennings had against Baylor. 6 hits, 4 runs batted in, 2 home runs. Trying to get cooking here tonight. The 0-2 is lifted to shallow left field. Taking a step out is Urban. Now she races in late. The shortstop ranges out Hoekstra and ends up making the catch. 1 away. So it's wild to say that in the midst of I didn't even get the number right. It is actually a 9-game hitting streak that you could say that maybe it wasn't the kind of weekend that Tiare Jennings expected. But she was just 3 for 10, which is so unfair to say, maybe it can be a little better. They have a .432 average. That's what happens. Here's Brito. First pitch is low. Oh, ball got away from the catcher. Enough for Jada Coleman to take off to second base. Johnson had it, and it just squirted away from her a bit. And Coleman is able to move on easily to second base after seemingly set with staying at first. Once that ball moved away enough, Coleman took the bag. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the Sooner starting third baseman. Low. 2 balls and no strikes. It is kind of wild to think about how often it appears that these two teams play each other. And yet, this is only the 8th at bat that Brito has had in her career against Wichita State. She pops it up. Right side, is there room? I don't think so. That's going to get a few rows up. Foul ball. In fact, actually, Brito has only had one at bat against Wichita. Got her numbers mixed up with Boone's. Takes it low, ball 3. These teams didn't play last year because of the weather issue. Wichita State came to Norman for regional play. It's a 3-1 pitch to Brito, is ripped into left field. It's a base hit. A couple hops to the wall. Jada Coleman will score easily, sliding in safely at second base with an RBI double is Alyssa Brito, and it's 1-0 Sooners. An RBI double from Alyssa Brito. Chalk up her 39th run batted in on the season. And here's Ella Parker.
Not bad for the Sooners.
Well, not bad for Brito now. In her career, she is 1 for 2 with an RBI against Wichita State. Here comes Ella Parker. What a weekend. What a Sunday she had. First pitch to the left-handed hitting freshman is a little low and away, ball 1. 1-0 Sooners on an RBI double from Alyssa Brito. Right-handed throwing Howell. Rocks and fires. Low ball 2. Parker out of Los Angeles, California, was the number 3 ranked recruit in the class last year, and she has looked the part and been the part. Pitch. That's a little low, ball 3. Not a bad spot. Not a bad spot for like an 0-2 pitch, but a little bit low and away. Parker hit her home run against Texas on Sunday. It broke an 0-for-9 streak. That's ball 4. That ball kind of popped out of the glove of Johnson. So let's see if Oklahoma can push in a little bit more than 1 here. Like they're on the attack early, and Christy Bredbrenner sees it and says, all right, guys, let's talk. She is getting on Johnson, her catcher, who's had a few balls that have kind of squirted away from her, making sure she's got her mind where it needs to be. Runners at first and second. Our first trip to the circle gives us a chance to remind you that you can listen to not only Sooner softball, but coverage of all the NCAA championships on the Varsity Network app powered by Learfield. Fans can hear the Westwood One exclusive national coverage along with most schools' broadcasts through a multicast option. That's only on the Varsity Network app, available for free in your app store. And Courtyard by Marriott, located just minutes from the OU campus. The Courtyard by Marriott, Norman, is competitively priced with travelers in mind. Learn more about our great amenities and book your stay today at Marriott.com/OKCNO. All right, here's Kinsey Hansen. Meetings are over. I laughed. Coach Bredbrenner had a bit of a smile on her face as she was talking with Leah Dahm walking back to the dugout. First pitch to K9. Little bit low, ball 1. Kind of feels like these are pitches that either Oklahoma wasn't laying off of this weekend, or maybe Texas was getting a few of those calls on the lower edge of the zone. There's a good pitch that misses low, ball 2. I will leave that up to those of you who maybe had us synced up to decide. Hansen currently sits at 56 career home runs. 57 would be nice right here to make a statement in the first inning. Here's the 2-0. A little bit low, ball 3. Those balls are not missing by much. but they are just off the lower edge of the strike zone. We do not have a, yeah, we do. I didn't see, is a visual action clock down the left field line. Hansen takes strike one on the 3-0. The scoreboard is beyond the left field wall. No video component to the scoreboard. Two massive speakers on top of Shocker softball. Gold lettering with the Shocker mascot punching through the middle of it. Pitch to Hansen is ripped back up the middle and through. It's going to get to the wall. Here comes Brito. She'll score. Patty Gasso will hold up Ella Parker. It's an RBI double from K9, and it's 2-0 Sooners to get started here on a Tuesday in Wichita. Couple of RBI doubles for the Sooners. And for Kinsey Hansen, 18th RBI of the season. Here's Cassidy Pickering. Parker's at third. Hansen's at second. Pickering digs in. Waits. Pitch clock, action clock is at 5. First pitch, strike one. It was good to hear right off the bat from Cassidy's grandparents, who are always tuned in, Donna and Mary Lou Pickering from Willow Creek, Montana. Cassidy hit the ball hard last week. Takes ball one low in the dirt. Good job behind home plate by Johnson to stay in front of him. Had a chance to finally meet Cassidy's mom and dad. Didn't get to meet her older sister, who I heard was quite a player in her day, too. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Pickering. Low, 2-1. This is also one of those perspectives for a broadcast where I will not complain at all about the strike zone. Last thing we need is your play-by-play guy getting tossed, and that could easily happen. Pickering takes ball 3. Struggle but so far for Howe. Sooners on top 2-0. We're in the top of the first inning. Second and third, one out, 3-1 pitch. Bounce towards short. Nice play by Hoekstra. Throws across to get Pickering, but it drives in. Ella Parker and the Sooners grab a 3-zip lead. RBI ground out for Pickering. And for Cassidy, chalk up the 26th RBI of the season. The more like it. Here's Sid Sanders. Right-handed hitting Sooner first baseman. With a runner at third now, but 2 outs. Avery Hodge waits on deck. First pitch, Sanders takes a strike. Not the kind of weekend that you typically see from Sid last weekend. A bit of a struggle for her in Austin. She takes strike 2 and is quickly behind. No balls and 2 strikes. She went 0 for 6 on the weekend. Walked a couple of times on Friday. But is in the midst of an 0 for 8 slump. Grounded towards the hole, cut off at third. Nice play across the diamond. Nelson throws and gets it. Inning over. Skid continues for Sanders, but Oklahoma strikes first. They put 3 on the board in the top of the first inning. Wichita State heads to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. Oklahoma leads at 3-0. Our preview of the Shocker is brought to you by Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting. Your tax problems don't care who you are, but we do. Better get on those taxes. Tough run over the last few weeks for the Shockers. They lost their conference series in Charlotte, North Carolina to Charlotte, and then the Tulsa Golden Hurricane got him in 2 of 3 here this past weekend. First pitch from Kirsten Deal is low and in to CeCe Wong. The loss to Charlotte broke what was a 7-game winning streak, as time is called. Broke a 7-game winning streak after Wichita State had lost 3 in a row. 6 of 7. It's kind of been a roller coaster for this team this year, as there's a strike right on the inside edge. Took Auburn to extra innings at Puerto Vallarta. Maybe their biggest win this season came in Mexico when they beat South Carolina 6-5, the currently 20th ranked team in the country. Here's the 1-1 from Deal. Hot shot right side through into right field. Deal left that one up, and Wong made her pay with a leadoff single. Wichita State will travel to Tampa this weekend for a showdown with South Florida. They're going to welcome in Oklahoma State for a midweek next Wednesday. They got 2 more midweeks left. Lost to the Cowgirls earlier this year in 8 innings in a game that they had control of. There's Addison Barnett. First pitch, blown away, ball 1. Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting. Your tax problems don't care who you are, but we do. Barnard digs in, 389 hitter for the right-handed hitting senior. Got a good cut and fouled that one straight back. Beatrice, Nebraska. Had a solid career. She waits on the 1-1 pitch. A little bit out. She was a hot name that many thought would find herself in the portal a couple years ago because of the home run numbers that she puts up. She's the all-time home run leader in both Wichita State and American Athletic Conference history. She can mash the 2-1. Popped up. Shallow right field. Racing in is Pickering. She calls off everybody to make the catch, and there's one away. Sooners lead this game 3-0, bottom of the first inning. As Taylor Solodchak steps to the plate.
For Wichita State, the right fielder, number 29, Taylor Solodchak.
Last season, by the way, just thinking about Barnard's incredible run. She had 14 home runs after hitting 33 during her sophomore season. We'll talk more about her as the night rolls on. Here's Taylor Solodchak. First pitch to the righty is right on the inside corner for strike 1. Runner at first is the leadoff hitter CeCe Wong after a leadoff single. Deal to the bell, brings it home. Nice spot, strike 2. I mentioned Sooners in those all crimson wood grain uniforms. Even with the bag at third is Brito. A little deeper and off the line over at first is Sanders. Hodge shaded towards the bag at second. Straight up short, that's where Tiare Jennings is. And another pop-up. Do we have a play? Do we have a play? No. Few rows up. We might have a play here tonight. I'm just telling you. Sooners in the outfield have Cassidy Pickering in right. Jada Coleman in center, just beyond the massive Wichita State logo. And Riley Boone in left. I'll tell you what, the hardest thing about calling the game from here is you don't get a good perspective on the depth of the outfield. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Deal. Eyes just getting a piece of it is Solodchak. All white unis with the, I should say white background with the black pinstripe. Black socks for Wichita State tonight. This is one of my favorite shocker looks. They're all gray, looks pretty solid too. Here's the 0-2. Boy, that's a really good spot for an 0-2. Missed outside. Christy Bredbrenner has been all over Nebraska getting recruits. Bennington, Nebraska for Solodchak. Swing and a miss. I mean, Kirsten Deal had her completely fooled on the strikeout. 2 away. Strikeouts this season are brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union, Oklahoma's largest credit union. There's Bailey Urban. 2 away, 3-zip Sooners. Wichita State trying to get more than just a leadoff single. First pitch low for a ball. Everything about this place is a different level. It's really cool. They've done a nice job. They've built a new retaining wall beyond the left field line. Outside the stadium, there's just a hill that was kind of crumbling. It's aesthetically pleasing as the 1-0 pitch is in for a strike. You see X Stadium beyond center field wall. That's the home of the Shocker baseball team. They've got stands beyond the walls, too. The 1-1 is fouled away. The grandstand doesn't circle behind home plate. It's just down the first base line. That's it. That's an elevated grandstand above the first base dugout. We're in essentially the third base seating. There's a couple rows of bleachers here that fans can sit and watch the game, and then it's like a couple of decks beyond the right field and left center field wall. Here's the 1-2 from Deal. Unfair. Corner looking. Cold strike 3. That was dirty, Deal. Inning over. Kirsten Deal strikes out 2 and works around the leadoff single. Today's keys to the game brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Riverwind Casino, always a good time. We'll follow the Patty Gasso plan. Keep the ball in the yard, though, with the wind blowing in. Might be a little easier tonight. This is a powerful Wichita State team. And minimize walks. No free passes. These keys brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Always a good time. Here is Avery Hodge to lead things off in the top of the second inning. 3-0 Sooners. 3 runs on 2 hits for the Sooners. First pitch to Hodge is a bunt. If it stays fair, she's got a leadoff single, and she does. Could not have been placed more perfectly by Avery Hodge. A leadoff single on a bunt that hugged the third base line and died. Nothing Nelson can do. Here comes Riley Boone.
Fielder number 0, Riley Boone.
Left-handed hitting Sooner left fielder tonight, Riley Boone. Here's the first pitch with the infield in tight. Boone shows bunt, takes it high, ball 1. Hodge absolutely a threat to go over at first base. Boone currently hitting on the season .443. There goes Hodge off to second. Got a great jump and steals the base. Smooth jump by Avery Hodge for her 3rd stolen base of the season. And all right, so what has typified a moment like this? We'll have a challenge to see if Avery Hodge left early. This review is brought to you by Noble McIntyre and McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs. We do not have a replay monitor here this week, and we're out in it. But I will say this much. That was a heck of a jump that Hodge ended up having over at first base. She might not have left early. Hopefully she did not. But wow, that was some kind of jump. The replay setup here in Wichita is just beyond the Sooner dugout, which is down the third base line. They're building a brand new team facility. A lot of new going on for this Wichita State team. But kind of unique location for both the batting cages and the bullpen, which is right connected to the visitors' dugout for a hitting cage area and the bullpen. I mean, obviously, naturally for the bullpen, it's a pretty good fit. And then there's actually more cages that you have to kind of walk around to get into. It's almost as if it's away from the stadium a bit, but not much. I mean, there's a path you can get there. It's just separated from here. Now, she's safe. The review says the umpires got it right, and maybe more importantly, Avery Hodge got it right. I guess what I'm trying to say on the other hitting facility is it is not within the main gates of the stadium. Pitch was also called a ball, so it's a 2-ball, no strike count. for the Sooners on the season, 43rd stolen base. They're 43 for 48 on the season. A little bit of a delay here as the action clock. It's plenty of time on the action clock. It's only at 15. Here's the pitch, 2-0. Boone takes ball 3. Saw my buddy Stephen York, one of my go-to rules insiders, said he felt like some of those low pitches look pretty good. Leah Dahl, it's like it's not going to be a strike tonight. The 3-0 to Boone is ball 4. And Oklahoma with a 3-zip lead in the top of the second inning looks to add to it.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Sooners, center fielder number 20.
I wonder how much more that Lauren Howe will actually get here. She has struggled in her last few outings. And she struggled here tonight with the Sooners on top 3-0. Jada Coleman started the game with a walk. She bats with runners at first and second and takes the first pitch high, ball 1. Action headed down to the Wichita State bullpen. Hal has not lasted more than an inning, 2/3 in her last 4 outings. Coleman takes ball 2 low. Off the third goes Hodge. No one was covering the bag, but Avery will stay at third. Jada showed a bunt, and as Nelson charged from third, Johnson went ahead and threw it down. Nobody was there. Boone advanced to second on the throw. Second and third, nobody out, and a 2-0 count to Jada. If this one is anywhere near the plate, it could go a long way. Good spot. Missed low and away, but got called a strike. Looked like it missed low and away, got called a strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Second and third, nobody out. The pitch. Oh, she turned on one and popped it up. Watch out, Jada. Almost hit her coming back down. You know, I'm almost close enough to where I could yell and help her out. So if something happens where it was relatively close to her, I could give her a shout. Keep that in mind tonight with your volumes on the broadcast. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Howe. Coleman pokes one foul on the left side, slicing well out of play. Overcast, gray, but nice. Wind's not too overbearing. Field is in great shape. Sooners looking to add to their lead. All 3 on a pitch that missed just low. Shocker faithful didn't like that non-call. They thought Coleman should have been rung up. 3-2 count to the Sooner all-world center fielder headed home, and it's ball 4 high. Bases are loaded. Here's our Love's Travel Stops player to watch, Tiare Jennings. How many people could be in the midst of a 9-game hitting streak, have a hit in every game over the weekend, and you think they're due? Kind of shows you just how good Tiare Jennings has been this season. Popped out to short her last time up. First pitch, low and in, ball 1. With the bases loaded this year, as we're going to get a quick trip to the circle by Johnson. I assume it's going to be quick. Wichita State just sent a pitcher down to the bullpen from the dugout during Jada Coleman's at bat. You cannot tell. Our broadcast location is blocked from seeing the bullpen, so no way to tell who is actually warming up, but it looks like there's a couple balls being tossed around back there. Meeting is over. Back to action. And Lauren Howe stares down at the call. Tiare Jennings waits with the bases loaded. It's low on the 1-0 pitch, ball 2. 15 home runs on the season for Jennings. As she waits on the 2-0 pitch. Howell with 3 on the action clock misses away. High, ball 3. These two teams played in the regional championship in 2021 in Norman. The Sooners' path towards a title. All four. That's going to get to the backstop. Won't matter. It's an RBI for T.R.A. Jennings. Chalk up. Number 49 career run batted in for T.R.A. Jennings, and it's now 4-0 Sooners. It's her. I was thinking that's probably going to be it. As T.R.A. Jennings' assault on the record books continues. Pitching changes brought to you by Love's Travel Stops. Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. As Christy Breadbrenner makes her way out to the circle, and with the bases loaded and nobody out and the Sooners up 4-0, we're going to get our first pitching change of the day. And that'll do it for now for Lauren Howell. Obviously, she can re-enter if things really get away from Wichita State here, which we all kind of hope it does here tonight. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Now batting for the Sooners.
Here comes Alyssa Brito.
Alyssa Brito.
Last time up, Brito doubled and drove in the first run of the game. Jennings at first, Coleman at second, Boone at third. How about that for a trio on the base paths? First pitch to Brito is low and away, ball one. So a pitching change after an inning, which unfortunately for Lauren Howell has kind of been her MO her last few outings. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's in for a strike. I'll say this much, Howell seemed to throw considerably harder than what the Sooners are getting here from Allison Cooper. So that'll be an adjustment for OU right out of the gates. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Brito. That dropped just out of the zone. That thing had some nasty spin. Came in relief, then Allison Cooper on March 12th against Kansas and was fantastic. Allowed just one run on 4 hits and 6 2/3. She's in a pickle here, the 2-1. Lined deep to right field, but arranging back and making the catch is Halachek. Tagging and scoring easily is Riley Boone. That'll make it 5-0 Sooners on the RBI sac fly from Brito.
Now batting the designated player number 5, Ella Parker.
Boone tagged up, scored. Jada tagged up, got to third. Jennings stays at first. Here's Ella Parker. Walked and scored a run in the first inning. Lefty-lefty matchup here as the first pitch is in for a strike. Late break by Jennings. They were trying to draw a throw. They won't get it, and T.R.A. will steal the bag. That, by my count, is the third stolen base for the Sooners. Without the throw, I know sometimes that can be debated, but she was going hard. 0-1, big swing and a miss. Strike 2. 5 runs on 3 hits for the Sooners. They will indeed credit T.R.A. Jennings with her first stolen base of the season. 1 for 1 for T.R.A. Here's the 0-2 to Parker. Hit high and into shallow center field. Coleman tagging. Actually, that thing ranged over into left and able to make the play was Urban. Makes the catch, and there's 2 away as Parker just got under that one a bit. Smile of frustration on the face of Parker. Here's Kinsey Hansen. That ball went up, drifted towards left field, and was just not deep enough for Jada Coleman to even fake a tag. Hansen doubled and drove in a run her last at bat. Second and third, 2 away. 5-0 Sooners. First pitch in for strike 1. Hansen's over 300 with 2 outs this season, hitting .312. That first inning hit, she's creeping up on 400 overall as a batting average as the 0-1 misses high, a ball and a strike. .392 on the season for the Sooner captain. One ball and a strike, second and third. Got a little two-out RBI here. The pitch to Hansen almost hit her. Dodged out of the way, got that hand out of the way. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs. As she typically does, Hansen takes the barrel of the bat, touches it on the outside corner, and gets a late swing, but loops it down the right field line fair. It'll score Coleman easily. Here comes Jennings. It's a 2-out bloop RBI double from Kinsey Hansen, who throws her hands out and says, why not? 7-0 Sooners. And here's Cassidy Pickering. Kinsey Hansen just muscled that one into shallow right field. And Oklahoma gets a 2-out RBI from the captain. Not bad. K9. Here's the first pitch. In for a strike to Pickering. Cassidy with an RBI ground out in the first. Gave the Sooners at the time a 3-zip lead. They've added 4 more here in the second. Ground ball softly hit towards second. That'll be an easy play for Hood. The gloves gets her, and that'll do it for the Sooners in an action-packed second. They chase the starter, Howell, and add 4. Kirsten Deal toes the rubber. At the belt, rocks and fires to start things in the bottom of the third and misses low to the second baseman, Sammy Hood. A 3-run first, 4 runs in the second, 7-0 Sooners. Oklahoma being patient at the plate and getting necessary 2-out hits. The 1-0 pitch is fouled a mile behind home plate. Got our third inning shout-outs coming up. Please let us know where you're listening from tonight. Christy McMurphy and Edmond. Mickey and Nikki listening from Sugarland on Nick's, I always say Nikki, I'm sorry, Nick. On Nick's 54th birthday. A lot of you guys celebrating birthdays tonight. Here's the 1-1. Hard hit, liner right at Hodge, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Caroline Talent makes her way to the plate. So Nick in Sugarland is celebrating his 54th birthday. Larry out in the St. Pete Sooner Den is celebrating his 71st birthday. And Larissa and Eric Holquin are celebrating Larissa's 25th birthday tonight. Boy, busy April. That first pitch is fouled back. Just short of being a Taurus. Just so you guys know, you really are missing out. Caroline Talent, the first baseman, struggling. This is a spot where you don't want any free passes. Talent hitting just 190 on the season. Sophie Johnson on deck is hitting just 105. Here's the 0-1. Shows you how it's going for Talent. She tried to take the pitch and check her swing, and the ball shot right off her bat foul, and she falls behind on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 count. Keep pounding the zone, Katie. She rocks and fires and gets the swing and a miss on a rise. That shot out of the strike zone for her 3rd strikeout of the game, and here's Sophie Johnson. Saw Gunny's already in. Kenneth Matthews and Broken Arrow. Therese down in Austin. Bonnie and Jamie Gaston in Durant. Met many of you here already. Great contingent of Sooner fans that have either made their way to Wichita or this is a much easier drive for them. First pitch is high to Sophie Johnson, the catcher. It is probably a little hint of frustration for some, seeing that the game last year here was canceled. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Deal. That just missed a little up. 2 balls and a strike. Oklahoma well on their way. I know we're still very early in this game. To its 42nd straight win against Wichita State. That's Pretty wild. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Deal. That's a strike. We mentioned the struggles from Caroline Talon. Sophie Johnson is right there with her. Freshman hitting just 105. She's 4 for 38 on the season, but of those 4 hits, 2 of them are home runs. Here's the 2-1. Strike 2. There you go, Deal. I saw our man Jerry Isbell from Beavers Bend, where it was a hopping couple of days. Beavers Bend. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Kirsten Deal battles back from a 2-0 count and gets the 4th strikeout of the game. We head to the 3rd. Oklahoma rolling in Wichita on a Tuesday night at 7-0 Sooners. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. But as it stands now, nothing different on the lineup card. Sid Sanders will lead off.
First baseman number 1, Sydney Sanders.
Avery Hodge will bat second, and maybe it'll be in that 3 hole where we'll see a change. Sanders 0 for 1, grounded out to 3rd. 7-0 Sooners, top of the 3rd inning. First pitch. Up high, ball 1. 3rd inning shout-outs. Good to see the Buckleys and McAllister, Treylinda Kerr, Bobby in 84 Pennsylvania, Sooner Judy and Silver City, Kevin up in BA, Becky and more. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the right-handed hitting first baseman. Strike right on that outer edge. Shirley and Galen are both at home and more. Joe Fournier down in Pensacola. C. Mills and Mark Worley have tuned in. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Sanders takes it in 2-0. I'm very afraid, Mark Worley. I'm glad that you're an Oklahoman and that you live in Edmond now. But the name of your farm is one that I don't want to say incorrectly on the air. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's in the dirt, ball 3. C-H-I-T-W-O-O-D. I'm going to be careful with that one. Joanne's in Norman. Toby in Arlington, Virginia. Ken Gaskell's checking in from exit 222 in Deer Creek, Oklahoma. Let's get going here, Sid. The 3-1 is ball 4. Take it. Maybe a chance to see Maya Bland come in. Well, maybe not. We might see Maya Bland get some ABs here this evening. Joel in Rogersville, Julie and Moore, Julie Chambers, Vince, Paula and Rudy in Lake Thunderbird, Chris Emerson listening from work at St. Francis, and Dave and Deb in Hockley, Texas. Avery Hodges 1 for 1 with a beautiful bunt single her last time up. She takes the first pitch a little bit up. Speaking of Hockley, heard from our buddy Doug Hamilton. He's got us locked in every game at Hockley, Texas. Time is called. Well, maybe we will see a pinch runner here. You can almost hear that's how close we are, and we will. But it's going to be Alina Torres. Okay, so Alina Torres will pinch run here, and I would assume we'll go ahead and see Alina Torres stay in and play first base for the Sooners. If I didn't clarify, and our shout-outs, as always, are brought to you by our buddies over at Century Roofing. Century Roofing on guard for Oklahoma. CenturyRoofingOK.com. That's Century with an S. Here's the 1-ball, no-strike pitch to the Sooners' second baseman. Swing and a miss. Hodge had a big cut. 1 ball, 1 strike. Quincy Lilio has moved into the on-deck circle. As Hodge waits on the 1-1 pitch in this lefty-lefty matchup. The runner at first is the pinch runner, Torres. 1-1 misses low to him. We've seen Alina play a little bit of first, and we get an opportunity to get a few more reps out there so the Sooners can develop that depth over at first. Here's the 2-1. Another big cut from Hodge, and she swings right through it for strike 2.
Freeze! Everybody clap your hands.
Late shift defensively for Wichita State. Solodchek in right has moved over to shallow right center field. As Hodge gets under this one, pops it up, foul territory, that's out of play. Right before the pitch, Easton Heron, the fourth assistant, got the attention of Slotchek out in right and had her pushed more towards the gap in right center. Same for Barnard in center, who is in left center. Shallow left field for Irvin. Oh, it skips right off the glove. I thought it hit Hodge at first of Johnson. Gets to the backstop. Off to second goes Torres. The way Hodge turned at first, it almost looked like it had skipped off her back, but right through the glove as she spun away from it. And the count is run full at 3-2. The pitch. Hodge hammers one deep to right field, and it's caught at the warning track. Torres will tag up and head to third. Avery Hodge smoked one to right field, but it was right at Barnard, and there's two away. Tim and Erica have us tuned in Oklahoma City. I will tell you guys something. If our man Kevin Saul is on the Wichita State broadcast last night, he was, this afternoon, or this game,
number 43,
he was selling on the field pregame. They're excited about the future of Wichita State softball. Here's Q Lilio. First pitch is in for a strike. Good to hear from you, Tim.
Pick one out and give it a ride.
7-0 Sooners. Interesting run standing at third with Torres. Lilio trying to get up over 200. She's at 190 for the season, but has driven in 5 runs and walked 7 times. She rips that one foul. Numbers slightly better. She's at 222 with runners in scoring position. Q's battled a myriad of injuries. Is a clubhouse favorite. Kind of the female equivalent of what a glue guy, I guess you would say, a glue gal. Here's the 0-2. She hits this one to third. Nice play by Nelson. Looks back, Torres, and throws across to get Lilio, and there's 2 away. And a core will get an at bat.
Now batting for Oklahoma, wearing number 27, Hannah Cole.
Barring something unfortunate, it looks like Jada Coleman's night is done after a couple of walks, scoring 2 runs. And here's Hannah Core. Six hits on the season for Core. She takes ball 1 low. Number that would be probably most frustrating for Hannah and Sooner hitting coach JT Gasso and Patty Gasso is the 6 strikeouts in just 33 plate appearances. And she takes strike 1. You know the potential, though. One of the top recruits when she came in a couple years ago. Speaking of battling injuries, has had back issues. Had a breakout fall. Just hasn't been able to match that so far this season. The 1-1, good cut, fouled it off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's hit .235 this year with 2 outs, which would be an area that Sooners have seemed to be a little better here. 1 for 3 hitting with 2 outs today so far. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. She waits on it and pops it up in foul territory. That's going to get a couple rows up. Defense in Austin was so good from Texas after the 6th inning on Friday night that even the fans in the stands were catching things. I mean, everything. That is not carried over to the fans here in Wichita. Unfortunately, I think that might have been a Sooner fan who had that one go right through their hands. Reset. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Core. Got her swing. Inning over. Big bark from the circle from Cooper, who gets the strikeout of Core and lets her know about it. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. First pitch in the bottom of the 3rd skips in. All right, a couple defensive changes for the Sooners. Behind the plate now is Riley Ludlam. Hodge stays in at second as we speculated. Alina Torres stays in at first. And Quincy Lilio is out in left. with Hannah Core in center. 1 ball, no strikes. Lefty-lefty matchup. Deal rocks and fires. Caught that outer edge. So resetting the lineup with a ball and a strike. Riley Ludlam in behind the plate. Brito still at third with, obviously, Tiare Jennings, who's been fantastic at short. Avery Hodge at second and Alina Torres at first. Fouled straight back. Lilio in shallow left field. Straightaway center for Hannah Core. Cassidy Pickering stays in and right. Sierra Hoekstra, the shortstop, the 8-hole hitter. A leadoff single for CeCe Wong, and since that point, Deal has retired 6 straight. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from KD. That's a really good spot, but just missed low. Maybe a little out. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 7 runs on 4 hits for the Sooners. And they've been patient at the plate. They've been waiting for their pitch. Another ball that's fouled straight back. 6 walks. So tonight, here in Wichita, in 3 innings, Oklahoma has drawn more walks than they did the entire weekend against Texas. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Deal. Oh, that's way up. Maybe I should say matches the number of walks. I think it was 6. It's 3 Friday, 3 Saturday, or 3 Sunday. Riley Gutierrez did not walk a batter. She was wildly efficient in a good way. Sooners getting those opportunities here tonight. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Fouled back again right off the netting. Kristen Nelson, the third baseman, waits on deck. Good news from Mitchell Park. Sooner baseball team off to a hot start against UT Arlington. That game's in the bottom of the 2nd inning already. 4-0 Sooners. Here comes the 3-2. Popped up. Who's got it? Does Deal have it? No. Brito's racing in and makes a basket catch. 1 away. For a moment, it looked like Deal was going to try to make the play, and Brito came racing in. You heard her call it. 1 away. That is 7 straight retired.
The third baseman, number 21, Kristen Nelson.
Well, you know you a station ID will try to get it after Kristen Nelson's at bat as she digs in. Kirsten Deal stares in. Lefty matchup for the 9-hole hitter, and the first pitch is in for a strike. Let's get it after this pitch from Kirsten Deal, shall we? No balls and a strike. A little bit after the top of the hour. Game's pushing just past an hour and 4 minutes. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Kirsten Deal. Headed home. Line foul. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Wichita, Kansas, on the campus of Wichita State University. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Sooners up 7-0. Kirsten Deal ahead on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. She brings it home, and I think she got it. She didn't check her swing. Nope. Got her swinging. Nelson stands there to no avail. It's the 5th strikeout of the game for Deal, and here's CeCe Wong, who has the only hit of the game for Wichita State. It's Coke Zero, sugar the best Coke ever. Take a taste. Coca-Cola, official partner of the Oklahoma Sooners. And OG&D, we energize life. Here's the first pitch to Wong. It's in the dirt. Good job by Ludlam. John and Robin have a synced up and aided tonight. Becky is in Cleveland, Oklahoma. Melanie and Brent from Seattle. Sooner Yaya in Northwest Oklahoma City. Angie and Connie Ogle watching in Norman and tuned in. Better be. Here's the 1-0 pitch from the Sooner lefty. Called strike. Ball and a strike on a pitch that was a little bit up. Jalen's in Waco. Not a bad name. Hey, Coach. Synced up at the house. Janie Hollywood Manuel listening from North Lake, Texas. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fooled it. Strike 2. JD, I got to know, did you give your nickname Hollywood, or was it given to you? Frank's in Cedar Crest, New Mexico. Stacy Rydell in Arlington. Todd in Duluth. And the Goffs in Little Rock. Here's the 1-2, grounded softly down the right field by the first baseline foul. Michael's in Lake of the Ozarks. Casey Nicole has checked in. Watching while her dog watches the neighbors. You know, this weekend there's a bark at the park at baseball. Here's the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. You mentioned OU baseball. They're having a big party on Saturday leading up to their game against Pete Hughes at Kansas State. And then on Sunday, it's bark at the park. So there you go, Casey. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Out in front of it, fouls it back. Burbank, Oklahoma, Stigler, Faze and Norman, Danita and Larry and Prague, Bob and Freddie Nealon in OKC. There's Jessica Bain. And our buddy Larry and TJ Carter, Big Sky Sooner and Nova. 2-2. Got her swinging. Wong frustrated. Can't believe she couldn't check her swing. Inning over. We head to the 4th. Oklahoma in control. They lead 7-0. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Tiare Jennings will lead things off for the Sooners in the 4th. Oklahoma on top 7-0. Orthodontics exclusively is proud to sponsor the junior captain of the game, the ultimate fan experience for children aged 6 through 12. 2 locations in Norman and South Oklahoma City. Every consultation is free. Check them out at orthoexc.com. First pitch to the Sooner shortstop, headed home, and it's a little bit up, ball 1. Tiare on the night, 0 for 1, popped out to short, walked in the second, stole a base, and drove in a run. It was a bases-loaded walk. Here's the 1-ball, no-strike pitch to the Sooner senior. Grounded back to the circle. Cooper makes the play, throws, and gets it. I think that was one of those moments where I'm sure Tiare is frustrated, but it's what Coach Gasso was talking about. You hit the ball hard.
33, Alyssa Brito.
You shouldn't have your head down and feel frustrated about it, and that's exactly what Jennings did on a hard-hit ground ball, 1 away. Here's Brito. 7-0 Sooners. Brito's 1 for 1 on the day with a double, couple of runs batted in. The first pitch off speed gets in for strike 1. I'll say this, it's as much swagger I've seen in the circle from someone whose team is down by a touchdown. You got to like the attitude that Cooper is trying to bring to give the Shockers some life. Good pitch, strike 2. With Jada Coleman, it's second in the first inning and 1 out. Alyssa Brito drove a 1-out double to the gap to score Coleman. And then a sac fly brought in a run in the second. Pitch, a little bit out. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3-run first, a 4-run second. Neither team pushed a run across in the third. It's 7-0 Sooners. One ball, 2 strikes. Brito waits. The pitch. Low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brito nods her head as she steps out and now digs back in. With 5 on the action clock. The 2-2 is hit back off the middle, off the glove of the pitcher, Cooper. Recovers, throws to first, 2 away. Cooper does a nice job on back-to-back grounders back up the middle. By the way, I want to thank everyone who does check in. We appreciate it. We obviously can't get to all of them, but we appreciate you tuning in, spreading the word, and obviously letting us know where you listen from. We talked to Toby Baldwin about it a lot, our administrator. Knowing people are listening all across the world, it helps helps in everything. Here's Ella Parker. First pitch, in for a strike. Parker is 0 for 1. First inning walk, scored a run, flied out to left. In her last plate appearance, that was actually against Cooper. The 0-1 in the dirt. That thing skips well before the plate. Lauren Howell, if you're just getting in a little bit later on a Tuesday night, just getting off work as we push past 7 o'clock or family responsibilities. Wichita State super senior starter Lauren Howell lasted just an inning. You have 7 runs on 5 walks. Here's the 1-1. Parker pops this one into left field. It's in foul territory, and it's slicing away and out of play from Urban. 1 inning, 3 hits, 7 runs, 5 walks. Faced 11 batters. Cooper's been pretty good, 2 2/3. Only has allowed the 1 hit. She struck out 1 and walked 1. But she's trying to make it the first 1-2-3 inning of the game for the Sooners. And she's ahead 1-2. The pitch in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cooper, after every pitch that she doesn't like, does the mimic of what she needed to do with her hand, with her arm. Like all of us are constantly doing, practicing our golf swing. Here comes the 2-2. Parker rips one into right field, a base hit. Past the diving Hood. And that ball was up and it was smoked. 5th hit of the game for the Sooners, their first since the second. And here's Riley Ludlam.
Now batting for the Sooners.
Didn't see Ludlam this weekend.
Riley Ludlam.
Hanson making her return, but no means is her role or responsibility on the team now suddenly completed. First pitch to the right-handed hitting catcher. The Furman transfer is in for a strike. Overall numbers for Ludlam here in 2024. She's hitting .346, has 3 home runs, 20 runs batted in. She's also walked 17 times. She had a big cut there. Parker got a late jump, but the throw goes into right center field. It's a stolen base for Parker. She's off to third. And on an 0-1 pitch, Parker snagged a bag. The throw got away from the second baseman, Hood. And Ella Parker continues to wow during her freshman season. Her team leading 13th stolen base. And she stands at third, but there's 2 outs, and Ludlam's behind on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ludlam takes it low and away, 1-2. Allison Cooper is quite the showman out in the circle. She's fun to watch, the junior out of Granbury, Texas. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Ludlam. Bounced foul at the plate. It's the overall record this year for Allison Cooper is 4-5, but kind of where things have been a struggle recently for Howell, things are getting a little bit better for Cooper. Here comes the 1-2. A little bit out, 2-2. Outside of Sunday against Tulsa, they lit her up in 3 innings. 7 hits, 7 runs. Only 4 of them were earned. She's given up 8 home runs this season. The 2-2 caught her looking. Riley Ludlam got froze on an off-speed. She can't believe it, and the inning is over. 7 runs on 5 hits for the Sooners. Kirsten Deal has shut out Wichita State so far, 7-0. First pitch is a strike to Addison Barner. One of the most electric power starts to any player's career for Addison Barner. As she awaits the 0-1 pitch, takes it low, 1 ball, 1 strike. She's hit, in her career, more home runs than any Wichita State Shocker ever. Here comes the 1-1. Popped up behind home plate. That's well out of here. 83 career home runs for Barnard. 55 of those 83 came in her first 2 seasons. Now, it's not like her hitting has decreased. She's hit for a better average in each of her 3 seasons since her freshman breakout year. Here's the 1-2, low and away. Power just hasn't been there. She's at 389 this year, but on a little bit of a different trajectory. She's hit as many home runs already in 24 than she did in all of 23. There's still 3 conference series to go. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Good swing. She fouled it off. Enough for Coach Gasso to continue to make sure this team knows they can be better. 7 runs in the first 2, and then they've struggled to get a beat on Cooper since she came out of the pen. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Deal. The pitch popped up on the infield. That'll be Torres making the catch, and there's 1 away. So let's reset that defense, which changes again because Ella Parker is going to get some time working over at first.
Number 29.
So the DP is now in the game as the first baseman with Avery Hodgstein at second. Tiare Jennings at short and Alina Torres at third. In left is Q Lilio, and center is Hannah Core, and Maya Bland is in out in right field. Kirsten Deal rocks and fires. It's a 1-hopper to the left side. We'll give it a few more bounces to Jennings. Deep in the hole, and she throws her out. It looked like for a moment Torres was going to cut it off on the short hop, but now the two are talking about it. She let it roll back to Jennings, who made the play, and there's a 2 away. Here's Bailey Urban, a strikeout victim in her only plate appearance. Deal's been really good tonight. First pitch from Deal. Lined right towards the right side, and Easton Heron, the first base coach, dove out of the way. He's shaking his head now. Almost took him out. Got a good chuckle out of the Wichita State dugout. Fairness, that might have been one of the hardest hit balls that Deal is allowed here tonight. The 0-1. Up high. Seems as if Kirsten maybe has made a bit of a mechanical adjustment too. She's taking a little bit more time at the belt, looking down. Gets the call, now finds her target. She's good. Asks for time, and she'll get it. Action clock was at 5. She nods to the dugout, says, I'm okay. Almost as if as soon as she gets her target, she just shook that pitch. Now she's ready. She'll look down as she starts her motion. Well, whatever works. That missed low, though, 2-1. I meant to ask Jen Roach about that because we've seen Peyton Monticelli adjust, really staring at the target or staring at her catcher the whole way. Kind of has that eye down as they start their motion. Deal gives up a deep shot to center field. Core races back, leaps, makes the catch. Anna Core in center field is smooth, one of the fastest players on the team. She races back to take away extra bases from Urban and end the 4th. Sooners have been stuck at 7. To learn more, Maya Bland will lead things off for the Sooners here in the 5th. First pitch swinging, popped up foul and out of play. Actually, it hit off the netting and came right back. 7 runs for the Sooners on 5 hits. Kirsten Deal, a 1-hit shutout so far. Wichita State has the only error of the game. The throwing error, that's right. Bland takes the 0-1 pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. Of course, last we saw Maya Bland in a big moment, she was And arguably one of the more controversial finishes to a game that we've seen in a while. She was tagged out on at home plate in the final out of the game. The 0-2 gets the backstop. She's got a chance to be pretty special. 333 average in limited opportunities. 4 for 12. Sneaky good power. Incredible speed. A plus arm. She dubs that one towards third. She's going to have a chance to beat it out. No, nice job by Nelson, who makes the play, and there's one away. That thing just nubbed right off the end of the bat and rolled down the third base line right to Nelson for an easy play. Thought there might be a chance for Nelson to beat it out, but too much momentum. She hit the number too hard. Here's Elena Torres. Torres has played first and third already tonight, despite not getting the start. She takes the first pitch well outside, ball one. There were some big moments with Elena Torres at the plate this weekend. She stands in, ball and no strikes. Low. Friday night at fifth inning, runners at first and third and 2 outs, had the fly out to left. Saturday in the first inning, runners at first and second with 2 outs and the ground out to third. 2-0 pitches in for a strike. Second inning on Sunday after the 1-out double by Pickering. Had the strikeout, so you know she's ready to break through. Had a couple hard hit balls too this weekend. 2-1. That was off the fists and fouled. Fortunately for Torres, it was an 0 for weekend. She did finish 0 for 9. Feel like yelling. That means the do factor is high, Alina. You got this. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Avery Hodge waits on deck. Torres is hitting in what was originally Sid Sanders' spot. Torres loops this one to right field. It's down for a hit. There you go, Alina.
Good hit, Lena.
A 1-out single. Oklahoma's second hit off Cooper. 6th for the game, and here's Avery Hodge.
Now batting the second baseman, Avery Hodge.
Hodge laid down a beautiful bunt single in the second inning and hit one hard to right field in the third. She bats here in the 5th inning with a runner at first and 1 out. Take strike 1. 5th inning's brought to you by the Hal Smith Restaurant Group. Enjoy great dining experiences at any of our restaurants. Visit halsmith.com to learn more. No balls and a strike. Infield is in tight with Hodge, who takes a full swing. She slung the bat out of her hands, too. She fouled it back. Which went further, the bat or the ball? The ball fouled straight back and hit off the backstop. Patty Gasso is going to call for times and say, come here, Avery. You can... The crowd on this side of the stadium, mostly Sooner fans over here behind us where we're broadcasting from. There's almost this moment where if you're quiet enough, you can hear what they're saying right now. We got our mic right there, too. Yeah, Hodge had that one come right out of her hand, and thankfully there's a protective netting in the handicap section here for handicap seating. No balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first, 1 out. 7-0 Sooners. The pitch. Low and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good eye, Avery. Good eye.
No, you jumped out quick in this one. 7-0. And they've been shut out since. Pretty nice job, actually, by Cooper in the circle. A little check swing. I didn't mean to. Foul ball. speedy defensive whiz. Hits the ball hard, places it well, Avery Hodge. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Boy, that's a good fastball. And that fooled Hodge right over the inside corner, strike 3. That's the 3rd strikeout for Cooper. She's had the Sooners frustrated. And here's Q Lilio.
Now batting Quincy Lilio.
And Akora waits on deck. 7-0 Sooners. Torres aboard at first with a 1-out single. Here's the first pitch to Q. It's up high, ball 1. There's more action across the Big 12 in college softball tonight. A couple cancellations tonight as well, with some rain and weather issues across the country. Baylor and UTSA are playing tonight. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning, tied at 1 in San Antonio. Little nubber to the right side. Play is made by Talon, and she'll shovel, or actually beat Lilio to the bag, and that'll end things for Wichita State and their defense here in the 5th. And it was funny because as Talon was coming off the field, she turned and said, "That's 3 outs, let's go." Well, the Sooners, if maybe kept the foot on the gas, we might be looking at 3 outs away from a run rule win, but
Now batting
solid work out of the pen from Allison Cooper has kept Wichita State alive. 7-0 Sooners, bottom of the 5th inning. Kirsten Deal continues. First pitch is fouled at the plate from Sammy Hood. The assault on the record book continues for one TRA Jennings, also chasing the career RBI record. Jenny Dahlman at 328. There's a chance. There's a really good chance. Swing and a miss on the 0-1 pitch by Hood, who grounded out or lined out to second her last at bat. TRA Jennings, after her bases loaded walk earlier, and TRA still in the game out at short. 294 career runs batted in, so she's 5 shy of 6th in the all-time list. The 0-2 pitch is way up. As far as Sooner lore is concerned, the mark from Jocelyn Allo was 323, which I believe is 2nd all-time. I'll have to double-check the record books. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Deal. Swing and a miss. Got her. Man, Kirsten Deal, fantastic here tonight. Her 6th strikeout, and there's 1 away here in the 5th.
Now at the plate, number 33, Caroline Talon.
Make that her 7th of the evening. Not bad, Katie. 1 away for Caroline Talon. We know this much. TRA at least is going to have 300 career runs batted in, as that's fouled on. That is a very exclusive club in college softball. Stacy Newman, her career ended at 299. Here's the 0-1 pitch up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Even check to see if there was any more defensive changes. I don't know who else the Sooners could change. Did that hit her or the bat? I think that hit the bat. That looked like it hit the handle of the bat. But as Johnson jogs down to first base, she shows the spot on her forearm to Easton Heron. And that'll break a string for Kirsten Deal of 13 straight retired. And here's Sophie Johnson. Here's the first pitch to the catcher. Strikeout victim her first time up, ball 1. Jennings is at 8. Someone this week said that they don't feel like we're talking about Jennings' record chase enough, and I don't know why it's resonated in my head so much. But then in that, it's pretty impressive when you really start digging into it. The 1-0 is in for a strike, 1-1. Of course, I don't think anyone's ever going to catch Jocelyn's number. But Jennings at 88, right around that top 5 area. She needs 2 more to move into 6th with Stacy Newton. Popped up on the 1-1 pitch, a ball and 2 strikes. Ball and 2 strikes. Crowd has stayed around here this evening. It is getting a little bit chilly. Temperature maybe has dropped a few degrees since the start. Wind has not necessarily picked up, but it's just consistent. Here's the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch from Kirsten Deal. Way up high, 2-2. Now they have it down at 64. And we were at 72 to start the game. Right about where we are in Norman right now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deal looking for strikeout number 8. Got it. Caught her looking on a beautiful pitch right on the lower edge of the strike zone. 2 away. So indeed there is strikeout number 8 on the game for Kirsten Deal.
Now at the plate for the Shocks, the shortstop number 18, Sierra Hoekstra.
Hoekstra, her last time up, popped out to third. She bats with a runner at first and 2 away. 7-0 Sooners, bottom of the 5th inning. Popped up, left field, foul territory. Racing out is Torres, but beyond her reach. Did you know every dollar you donate to the Oklahoma Medical Research Foundation goes directly to research helping Oklahomans and people everywhere live longer, healthier lives? Learn more about Oklahoma's Medical Research Foundation at omrf.org. No balls and a strike to Hoekstra. This is a lefty-lefty matchup as well, and Deal just pounds that outer edge, strike 2. Kirsten Deal tonight. Well, they don't have that. I thought we were going to get the total pitch number. Very high percentage of strikes. I don't have it listed here. She misses high on that. Seven runs on 6 hits for the Sooners, but a lot of goose eggs since that second inning. 7-0. Deal, though, has been cooking. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Got her swinging. Kirsten Deal, her 9th strikeout of the game. Look out. KD's getting hot. Sooners will look to put this thing in run rule territory. Strikeout victim in her only plate appearance. That came in the 3rd. First pitch to start the 6th. Core lays down a beautiful bunt, and no one is going to be there to get her. Bang, bang. At the last second, though, the second baseman, Hood, slid over just in time to make a play, but they're going to say Core beat it out. We'll see if it's a replay. From our perspective, we're looking right down the first base line. And as the throw was made on the bunt out in front of the plate, it looked like there was nobody there. And then out of nowhere came the second baseman, Hood. And it ended up being a much closer play than, at least from our vantage point, it looked like it was going to be. Boy, I'm afraid they may have got it. Sooners, we're getting a review right now, an official review brought to you by McIntyre Law. Noble McIntyre, a law firm you should turn to for all your needs. Personal injury needs, someone who can talk sports. My man can do it all. Well, this would be the difference between obviously the leadoff hitter being aboard and another frustrating at bat for Hannah Core. Update from Norman. Things are cooking tonight for the Sooner baseball team. They go to the top of the 4th inning. It's 9-2, Oklahoma. Looks like Skip's crew is bouncing back quite nicely from a frustrating weekend in Stillwater. For complete and comprehensive coverage of college baseball and softball all season long, tune to SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 375. That's Big 12 Radio, and you can do it in your car and on the all-new SiriusXM app. SiriusXM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, with interviews and analysis. Cheer along online, the SiriusXM app, and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.us/Big 12 Radio 2023. Our intrepid replay reporter, Richard Martis, says she's out by a step. Barely, actually. Stephen York agrees. I'm going to tell you something. Yep. The official call is that Hannah Core was caught out at first. I mean, that was a heck of a play by everyone involved. From Hood getting there at second base to cover the bag, that was incredible. I don't know how she got there.
The shortstop, number 23, TRN.
Here's T.R.A. Jennings, 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Also, that walk was a bases-loaded walk, which credited her with an RBI. Here's the first pitch to T.R.A. Grounded to third. Nice play by Nelson. Up with it, throws, and there's 2 away. And Alyssa Brito, I would assume that seeing that she hasn't been in the field, that she is in the DP spot now. And Brito's going to jog down and chat with Coach Gasso for a little bit. We've seen Elena Torres out there at third, so Ella Parker has even been out at first a little bit, so looks like they've slid Brito into that DP role to give her a little bit of a break, and now they're going to try to slow things down in what was a rapidly moving start to the 6th inning. Can't complain about the way the Sooners bounced back. But since Cooper came out of the pen for Wichita State, she's given them a second life. All right, the meeting is over. Here we go. First pitch to Brito. Line drive, right field, falling fast. It's down for a hit. Nice job cutting it off by the right fielder who throws in. Brito slides in safely under the tag as she rounds first and is safe at second. It'll be a double. Slodcheck got it back in quickly. Did a great job cutting it off before it got to the wall. Great job. But she didn't have anything for Brito, who stands at second as the potential run rule territory run. Sooners have been stuck here on 7 since the second inning. 7-0. Here's Ella Parker. First pitch to Parker. A little bit out, ball 1. Parker on the night, 1 for 2. She walked in the first inning, scored a run, singled in the 4th, stole a base. In fact, that throw went into center field, and she went ahead and took third. It's the one error on the board this evening. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Parker grounds it foul down the first base line. She has a big smile on her face as she looks towards the Sooner dugout. The double by Brito is her second double of the night. On the season, 9 doubles. Here's the 1-1 pitch to the Sooner freshman. Headed home. Low. 2 balls and a strike. I know as far as a win or a loss is concerned, it's not a relevant run. Sooners are in control here, but man, Brito is getting some kind of jump off second base. Here's the 2-1. Inside, ball 3. Three balls and a strike. Parker sitting just over 400 on the season, 407. Hitting 457 with runners in scoring position, and she lines this one right back to Cooper. Allison Cooper dances, celebrates, and the Sooners again leave a runner in scoring position. But it's been all Sooners. We just haven't seen it since the second. Unable to push that 8th run across, so they won't finish it in run rule fashion tonight, but in the circle, 11 has been impressive as Kirsten Deal misses low, ball 1. 7 runs on 7 hits for the Sooners. Wichita State to this point has been shut out on 1 hit, and that hit came on the first hitter of the game to CC Wong. 1-0 misses a little bit up, 2-0. I wouldn't say that tonight is about anything that Sooners have necessarily done wrong. So remember that after the second, Coach turned the lineup over as well as the 2-0 pitch. This is high, ball 3. I mean, Hannah Core has been in center field since the second, as has Lilio in left. Maya Bland's out in right. Ella Parker at first. Avery Hodge at second. Torres at third. Jennings at short. A battery of Deal and Ludlam. 10 seconds now on the pitch clock, the action clock, as the 3-0 pitch is in for strike 1. So it's been an opportunity to get a lot of players in, where if you weren't coming off a frustrating weekend where you kind of wanted to just win in run rule fashion, you might celebrate something like this. Here's the 3-2. By that I mean getting a few extra innings, getting some more opportunities in the field for these young players. That's why I can't wait to talk to Coach in the post-game show, because what's that balance between great start and then not getting runs, but also getting a lot of players opportunities. There's a grounder right back to Deal, who smoothly makes the play and shovels to first for the first out of the inning. Here's CC Wong. She's 1 for 2, singled in the first, a strikeout victim in the third. 9 strikeouts for Katie. Kirsten's career high is 10. Oh, here comes Coach Gass. I think Coach Gasso was telling the home plate umpire we're changing pitchers, mentioned it a couple of times, and they were laughing as Carly Keeney will jog out. I was going to say the career high in strikeouts for Kirsten Deal was 9, and she had a pretty good chance to potentially, or it was 10, excuse me, and she had a good chance to get it tonight, but looks like she won't have that opportunity as Coach Gasso has gone to the pen. The new Sooner pitcher. Pitching changes, as always, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. Welcome to Wichita. If you're just tuning in tonight, our producer is Maurice Jones. I'm Chris Plank. Oklahoma put 7 on the board in the first 2 innings. The 3-run first, a 4-run second. And that's been it. Kirsten Deal's day is done, and she was absolutely fantastic, was Deal. The only hit that Deal gave up was in the first inning. She was all that tonight. Solid bounce back from Kirsten Deal. And I say bounce back, that's so unfair. She was good. Had one mistake, hit a batter. Get those final stats coming up here in a moment. First, though, let's get back to action. Here is CC Wong, that top of the lineup, 1 for 2 on the night. First pitch from Keeney is a little bit low and away. Seven nothing Sooners. Bottom of the 6th. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Keeney. Hit hard and fouled on the left side and out of play. All right, here's the final numbers, at least for now, for Deal. 5 1/3, 1 hit, 9 strikeouts, hit 1 batter. Not bad. Here's a 1-1 pitch that skips away, and outside 2-1. One of the more impressive and quality outings that Katie has had in her short time here in Norman. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Ball 3. It skips up again. Don't forget, there's still opportunities for you to see the Sooners this season. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be in Oklahoma City. Did I say that right? Yeah, 2 weeks from tonight. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. So Wong has reached twice. The Shockers tonight have had 3 base runners. Wong has been 2 of them. Addison Barnard is 0 for 2. A fly out to right and a fly out to third. And she bounces the first pitch foul. Go to Soonersports.com/tickets for more information. Great seats still available. See, everything is a week behind because I'm trying to get things ready for my birthday. Next Tuesday. Soonersports.com/tickets, Hall of Fame Stadium. Be there. Another foul ball down the third baseline. The environment for the Friday night game against Baylor in Oklahoma City was wild because you felt like the first couple of innings, everyone was kind of getting settled in and realizing how many people were there as the 0-2 pitch misses low. And then about the third, fourth inning, the place got crazy loud, and it was really, really fun. Let's do that again against Tulsa. Soonersports.com/tickets. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That ball's hit hard and deep to center field. Core racing back. It's off her glove, off the wall, rolls back towards center field. They're going to hold the runner, and a good job by Ella Parker, and an even better job by Quincy Lilio in center field. Parker played the perfect throw off the hop and looked back Wong to third. Lilio chased the ball down after Core couldn't quite get to it in center field, and threw a strike to the cutoff person, T.R.A. Jennings. Wow, that was excellence and execution by the Sooner defense after the hardest hit ball of the game by a Shocker. 2 on, 2 out. Solachek digs in, and the first pitch misses low and in. Ball 1. 0 for 2 on the day is Taylor Solachek. A strikeout victim in the first, grounded out to third in the fourth. Well, one swing of the bat can make this thing infinitely more interesting for Wichita State fans. Keeney finds the inside corner with a 1-0 for strike 1. This is the first plate appearance for Wichita State with a runner in scoring position tonight. Fouled off, they did the foot? Foul off the foot of Solachek, who's going to take a little walk. You heard the thud. Now she's going to talk to Coach Bredbender a little bit. What do the overall numbers look like tonight for the Sooners and Wichita State? OU's just 3 for 12 with runners in scoring position tonight. 3 for 15 with runners on base. The double by Addison Barnard was only the second hit of the game for Wichita State. Sooners have been good with the leadoff. I'm on 3 of 6 innings. There's a called strike. 2 away. I mean, you want to talk about just painting it. Businesslike from Carly Keeney. Here goes Bailey Urban. That is the 10th strikeout by Sooner pitchers. First one by Keeney. Here's Rayleigh Urban, 0 for 2. It'll be Bailey Urban, first pitch. Fouled back. Had a big cut on it. Carly Keeney's season has been quite an interesting roller coaster, has it not? Nicole Mendez, I'm still holding on to this, told us she thinks she's going to be the most important pitcher for the Sooners in the postseason. Here's the 0-1, a little bit low. Keeney had a tough break when she first got here in the fall. Immediately broke her finger. Wasn't able to pitch in fall ball. Here's the 1-ball, 1-strike pitch from Keeney. Line drive right to Jennings, makes the catch, inning over. Well, there you go, Carly Keeney. Work around a little bit of a jam. The one-out double by Addison Barnard. Wichita State strands 2. Sooners playing their final 2 midweek games of the season. Tonight here in Wichita as we head to the 7th. Sooners lead at 7-0. That's been the score since the top of the second inning. And then next Tuesday night we'll be in Oklahoma City for the Sooners and the Golden Hurricane at Hall of Fame Stadium. Get your tickets now at Soonersports.com/tickets. Riley Ludlam back in the Sooner rotation here tonight. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. She's caught since the 3rd as she rips this one to left field. A base hit. 8th hit of the game for the Sooners and a leadoff single from Riley Ludlam. Maya Bland gets her second plate appearance of the game. She's 0 for 1.
At bat for the Sooners, number 12, Maya Bland.
I guess you can only look at, really two opportunities where the Sooners have even put themselves in a position with less than 2 outs to bring the 8th run home in this game. First pitch to Bland. Ooh, she chased a high one and swung through it for strike 1. I joked with our producer, Maurice, that you followed Sooner softball long enough, there's a good chance that this could be about an 8-run top of the 7th. We saw in Ames last year. Here's the 0-1 pitch low, 1-1. Was that actually earlier this year? I'm sorry. Torres waits on deck. Gorgeous night here in Wichita. Hoodie, jacket weather, but Sooners have brought it tonight. Bland nearly wears that one. 2 balls and a strike as she dances out of the way. Conference play resumes on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Make note of it. BYU's in town. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled at the plate. Good swing, good cut by Bland. 6 o'clock Thursday night, 6 o'clock Friday night, 1 o'clock on Saturday. And then 6 o'clock on Tuesday against Tulsa. A lot of 6 p.m. starts coming up for the Sooners. 2-2 to Bland. Pops it up on the infield. Easy play is made by Hood, and there's 1 away. Of course, we'll get into the upcoming schedule and get you caught up from some scores around the country coming up in our Bud Light post-game show. We'll also head to the field and talk to Coach Gasso. Here's Alina Torres.
Come on, Alina.
Let's go, Alina.
Torres singled her last time up. 7-0 Sooners. Top of the 7th inning. First pitch to Torres. Falls in for a strike. And what a night tonight for Allison Cooper out of the pen. She's held the Sooners scoreless over the last now 4 1/3. Here's the 0-1. Way out in front of it. Strike 2, Alina Torres.
Takes 1.
5 1/3 for Cooper. 5 hits, 3 strikeouts. He's given up a couple extra base hits and has walked just 1. She's brought a little attitude and energy to the circle. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Torres. Frozen. What are we doing here? Strike 3. Tough break for Alina. And here's Avery Hodge.
Now at bat,
Avery
Hodge.
Cooper just fooled her. Hodge singled. back in the second, is 1 for 3. She also scored a run. A beautifully placed bunt. First pitch, she swings and grounds it foul on the first baseline. 7 runs on 8 hits for the Sooners. Wichita State's been shut out tonight on just a couple hits, including the bottom of the 6th inning double by Barnard. Kirsten Deal, 9 strikeouts through 5 1/3 inning. Only allowed 1 hit. She's in line for the win. Can the Sooners add to that 7-zip lead? Popped up foul left side. That's going to get out of play. See if we can't even get Alyssa Brito. She might be in line tonight. Her or Kinsey Hansen for our Jimmy Austin OU Golf Club player of the game offensively. Like Kirsten Deals. If we're doing 3 stars, Kirsten Deals so far is big star 1. The 0-2 is a little soft slap foul down the first baseline. No balls and 2 strikes. JT Gasso said don't call it a battle between her and Torres at second base. It's matchups. Torres has been getting the call as of late. But Hodge got the start tonight, looking to add her second hit. The pitch looped into center field, falling fast. It is down for a hit. Rounding second and heading for third. That's Riley Ludlam. It's a 2-hit night for Avery Hodge on a bloop single into center field.
Good hit, Avery! Come on, Quincy.
Now in Riley Boone's spot for the 3rd time tonight. Here's Quincy Lilio. Q's 0 for 2. Grounded out to third in the 3rd. Grounded out to first in the 5th.
Number 43, Quincy Lilio.
Hodge at second. Ludlam at third. Cooper stares in. The lefty brings it home. Misses low. Ball 1. BYU, by the way, coming in this weekend. Just a quick glance on the way here. They've had some gaudy numbers put up against them. But as we've heard and as we've seen score-wise, she doesn't have the pitch yet. We're going to get an action clock violation. The pitch, I mean, there you go. Even though, yeah, and Cooper points to the dugout, tells them to hurry up on the calls. It's 2 balls and no strikes. She checks the sign. They don't have the pitch wrist watch at Wichita State as the 2-0 pitch is in for a strike 2-1. But just real quick, looking ahead to BYU, they've had some gaudy numbers, but we've heard it in Provo, the ball absolutely flies out of there. Should be fun this weekend. Can't wait to see y'all back at Love's Field. The 2-1. Whoa. Lilio was way out in front of that. Strike 2.
Come on, Quincy.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-away, second and third. Come on, Q. Put one in a gap somewhere. The pitch. Check swing on a ball in the dirt. That thing was nasty from Cooper. They go ahead and check with the third base umpire, which gets us a chance to say Trey Collins' name tonight. Full count here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hannah Kaur wants another opportunity. She's on deck. The pitch, she won't get it. Q is struck out, and you can hear Cooper yelling, "Let's go," and she has every right to be feeling that. She has been fantastic here this evening as she has shut the Sooners down. Sooners 3 outs away from win number 36 on the season. They lead at 7-0 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Sammy Hood, Caroline Talon, and Sophie Johnson. The last 3 slated here for Wichita State. First pitch from Keeney is in for a strike. Christy Breadbinner was waiting for her talented pitcher Allison Cooper at the chalk line after that half inning. Swing and a miss on the 0-1. Building her up and also calming her down. I mean, you're feeling yourself when you've gone 6 innings and you've scattered 6 hits while striking out 5 and walking just 1 when you inherited a 7-run deficit. Here's the 0-2 pitch in the dirt, 1-2 from Carly Keeney. But then there's also that reminder that you are down 7-0 in the game. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Keeney. Hard hit ball foul down the right side. Still really impressed and fired up for what Kirsten Deal did here this evening. Seven nothing. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. She got her. 1 away. 11th strikeout from a Sooner pitcher. 2nd from Carly Keeney. Announce it here a couple of times.
Now to plate for the Sharks.
The next midweek game for Wichita State next week is against the Oklahoma State Cowgirls here in Wichita. They played an extra inning game earlier this year. First pitch strike to Caroline Talent. Intriguing midweek to keep an eye on tomorrow night. Texas and Texas State playing each other. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. See if Texas can keep their momentum going. Not a lot of big action in the midweeks tonight. Kind of a quiet, slow Tuesday in the softball world. 1-1. I don't know where that missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Clemson and South Carolina are in the top of the 7th. Clemson leads that game 6-0. Arizona smoked New Mexico State earlier 17-8. They're playing again tonight. 2-1, grounded up the middle, through into center field. 4th base runner of the night for Wichita State. 2nd time Caroline Trent has been aboard. Caroline Talent, excuse me. Talent came into tonight hitting 190. She was 12 for her last 63. And after a strikeout in the 2nd, she's been hit by a pitch. And she just got the single. And here is Sophie Johnson's spot in the lineup. But doesn't look like Sophie Johnson's going to hit here. Jessica Garcia will be called upon.
Fans, welcome to the plate for Wichita State, wearing number 34, Jessica Garcia.
So 7-0 Sooners, 1 out in the 7th. OU looking to finish off this later night in Wichita than maybe some anticipated. Game is pushing towards the 2-hour and 20-minute mark. Keeney's first pitch, in for a strike. Probably a chance if you stay with your starters. This might be different, so tip of the cap to Coach Gasso for getting some work in tonight for the Lilios and the Hodges, the Coors. Seeing Ella Parker out at first, Ludlam behind the plate. The 0-1 pitch misses low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Keeney stares in, brings it home. Swing and a foul that rolls out in front of the plate. Ludlam popped out like she might have a play on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Keeney's going to get a new softball.
Double play.
No one's left, though. I'll say that. Even in our area down here, fans have stayed for the most part. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Keeney. Looped into shallow left field, and it falls in front of Lilio. Back-to-back hits by Wichita State here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And with one out, we're going to see a pinch runner here. Avery Barnard is going to be called upon to pinch run for Garcia. Riley Ludlam jogs out to say something to Carly Keeney in the exchange of the lineup changes. Sierra Hoekstra scheduled a hit here. Let's see another pinch hitter. Nope, that's Hoekstra. 0 for 2, popped out to third in the third, and struck out.
Sierra Hoekstra.
She was the last strikeout before Kirsten Deal left the game. First pitch, gas. Strike one from Carly Keeney. 7 runs on 9 hits for the Sooners. No runs, now 4 hits for Wichita State. Here's the 1-1. Little bit in. 2 balls and a strike. Barnard, the pinch runner at first. Caroline Talon at second. Keeney brings it home. Ground ball to short, backhanded by Jennings, throws to third for the force out, and there's 2 away.
One more out. Go.
So Hoekstra reaches on the fielder's choice.
Now at the plate, the third baseman.
Jennings' momentum was carrying her towards the third base bag, towards the hole, and she did a nice job of just taking that momentum to Torres, who was standing on the bag and thought for a moment about trying to throw across. Thought better of it. 2 away. First pitch. Strike one. Good spot right at the knees on the inside edge. 7-0 Sooners. You hear Coach Christy Bredbender marking down and Nelson telling her, that's not yours. Don't worry about it. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
One more.
Sooner fans that are here, stand up. Shocker fans, disappointed. The 0-2. Oh, that's a good spot for an 0-2 pitch. Carly King misses outside, 1-2. Keeney stares in after getting the call. The 1-2. Pop foul off the netting right over by our crowd mic in front of us. There's a probably 10, 11-year-old Sooner fan that's been standing over here the entire game. She was the first person I saw when I got to the ballpark 3 hours ago. She's been here the whole night. The 1-2. Frozer. Cold strike 3. Bowl game. The Sooners head north up I-35, and they shut out the Wichita State Shockers by a final score of 7-0.